Like, but when it comes to your lateness, Sam, it's like, bro, like me and Trayvon might be late for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Nope.
Your
Nope.
late
If a
shit is
nigga
like
late, they late.
an hour and a half or 2.
No.
Like
No.
you're like we supposed to do a movie night at 8. We ain't see
We
you till
did a
10.
movie night,
Yeah, at 10. 10:30.
bro.
Like even though I was late because I had to get a late haircut appointment. Like I ended up getting the haircut I wanted. Like I had to get a shape up and a lineup. So that's a whole different story. But I end up getting there still before you. I think you said I was gonna get there before you. I'm gonna get there before you. So I still get there before you, and I still don't see you for 2 hours.
Bro, the food took long.
Bro, we would have been done the movie by then. You would have just came home. You would just came to Mo crib like, yo, where everybody at? I'm ready for movie night. Oh, let me get home, bro.
Oh, he would have showed up like Will Smith.
Will Smith and Liver.
All I gotta say is right. How I beat you into this, you know what I'm saying, and you started it.
It's straw man arguments. He comparing one with one when it should be like, 30 minutes or actually 5 to 10 minutes versus.
Like,
No,
if
it
you
was
say
15,
like
nigga. It was 15. I counted.
Hey, he the James Harden of the group. When it matters most, he ain't gonna show up.
Yeah, I get it, bro.
Nah, at least he ain't gonna show up on time.
That's crazy.
I understand. It couldn't be me though. That was late.
This nigga so no. We still made the movie on time, regardless.
Nah,
If you add up all the times I was
like
late,
one preview, bro. I wanted to see them all.
hey, if you add up all the times that I was late, it still wouldn't match your one day of being late. 2 hours and 30 minutes, bro.
Now you gotta relax.
Add up every single time I was late.
You gotta relax.
2 hours. And 30 minutes.
Add up mine too. Add it to Trayvon's total.
Sure, let's combine everybody's, bro. Why not?
Let's take the cumulative. The cumulative.
I'm just fastly late.
All right, Josh. Start us off, man.
Well, it's a brand new episode of Afro Anime. It's your boy RT.
Bro.
Welcome to Afro Anime.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. Y'all got it.
I don't know why you want to look special. Like actually, like you when I say special, you know what I mean. I say special, I don't know why you want to look special on the broadcast.
I just want to say thank you. I am a special guy. Thank you.
He's trying to look like one of Josh's students.
I was thinking that, but I ain't want to say it. I legit did not want to say it, bro. I know students who act better than Sam, bro. That's the crazy part.
He's trying to be in class with 2 other people.
I did not want to say that shit. I ain't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I'm not saying it, bro. I ain't saying nothing, bro. All right, I don't condone none of this, bro.
Nigga, like, why my class was painted yellow? Hey, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man.
Why my classroom painted yellow?
It's just yellow me slow down. That's all that means, man.
Yellow me slow down.
That's the vibe, man.
All right, RTJ Rapid Tiger. Start us off.
What's the start off, bro? Sam gonna play with his balls again?
No, stop. We are moving past that, please.
For all your listeners, he had 2 metal balls and he banged them together.
They're Chinese balls.
That's your man, Mo. I'm just like, no, that's your.
I'm dead ass.
Are they just balls made in China, nigga? Like,
no, they're like.
So why would you buy that? I'm actually curious.
They were a gift from somebody.
So they're just balls.
No, they're like. Can you hear the?
Yeah, that's the shit. That's the shit Magneto used to kill people, bro.
You hear the ringing?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's probably not pleasant for audio listeners.
Yes. I don't think they want to hear that.
Them niggas got bloody ears now.
We lost subscribers because of you, bro.
We lost hearing because of you.
All right, it's your boy RT Josh, Sam Savage, Trey, and Mo. We are back with a brand new episode of Afro Anime, and today it will not be any anime discussions. It's gonna be all movie talk because we went to go see some movies this past week.
Wait. Are we doing a slight discussion on a My Hero movie? We don't got to, but we can say
My Hero.
Sure. I'm about to say I don't.
It's gonna be short.
I'm about to say I don't need to.
It could be short and sweet. I'm not pressed about it.
I mean, I don't need to. I'm not pressed about it either. If you want to do a discussion on a My Hero movie, we can.
All right, discussion. It was cool. Happy Todoroki got his moment. The end.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty
That's
much
really
it.
all I can
Like,
say about it.
I mean, Deku's the Jason Tatum of My Hero. My Hero
Yo,
Academia.
you did make the Celtics analogy as we watch. Because so for context, audience, we all watched it together. That's where Sam was 2.5 hours late, but we're not really going to talk about that.
Fast relate.
Okay. So we all saw it together, and I mean, it was fine. It was okay. I don't really remember like everything because like we were just making jokes throughout it, which we all knew what it was. Come on now, we watched a My Hero movie, right? So we were making jokes about it. Some of the action scenes were pretty cute, I guess.
Cute's crazy.
And they brought out some more interesting characters. And I did find them somewhat interesting, I guess, in the context of a movie that isn't necessarily canon, right? Or is it?
It's not canon as far as I know.
Yeah. So as far as non-canon movies go, it's fine, but I don't like my non-canon movies. Like, it's just not my thing.
They only have one
So
canon movie, and that's the first one. That's it.
yeah. So I like this more than the second movie where Deku just punches his opponent to death, even though he wasn't supposed to, but whatever, who cares about writing, right? So I liked it more than the second movie, but not by much. And since it's non-canon, it's automatically below a 7, I'd say.
You know, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That first My Hero movie, I guess the one that's canon, that shit is heat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's still a good movie. That is because I rewatched
that
it
shit is
recently.
heat, bro. That shit is heat. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother.
It was on Stars recently. Like Stars just got most of the anime films. Before they moved to HBO Max. Like it is that first My Hero movie where they went to the island and they met the blonde girl. Like that is still a heat movie, bro. Like that's still good.
That movie's heat. Everything after that, but that movie heat, I will say. What was the movie with the Archer girl? When Deku was moving like Spider-Man?
That was the second film, I think.
No, that's the second one, yeah.
Yeah, it's the second one when he became public enemy #1 type shit. Where the dude, where the one in Trayvon rushed out the movie theater because Deku went 100%, like I predicted, and just beat the nigga. Like I was like, yo, bro,
100%.
Yeah, you nigga where he can repel everything.
Oh, go more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters.
I didn't hate that one, but I understand the Deku slander. I understand.
Like I predicted, like it's just that's the thing.
His ability was absorption, right?
It was something like that, like resorption and power, some shit like that. And I literally said in the theater, right? Because I sat next to you, said, just go 100% and end this shit. And Trayvon's like, no, shut the fuck up. Lodge is gonna prevail in this. Deku does exactly what I said. Trayvon got the fuck out of there quick, fast, in a hurry and disgust. Nigga look like James Harden after game 7.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. Clippers slander already. We're now 10 minutes in.
Well,
we 8 minutes is close enough, bro.
That's how many shots he put up. 8.
I didn't even look at the box score. I didn't even look at the box score.
I'm pretty sure he put up 8 shots that game. I didn't watch the game because we were
at the movies.
We'll get into that later. We were seeing Thunderbolts. So I didn't watch the game, but I am eternally grateful that I did not see that game. So
see, I helped you out, bro. I helped you out.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, maybe I should cancel. Cause like this game 7, like Clippers Nuggets, I said, like I should maybe cancel and see the movie another time. I'm so glad I didn't. I probably blew my brains out. So I appreciate you, Josh. I was about to have my 13th reason, but it's only at 12. So
I don't want to be alive.
Kawhi at least was there, bro.
Sam, I'm not doing with you right now, Sam.
He got enough from it from myself and Trayvon last night. So
I ain't doing with this, Sam, man.
That was rough. I ain't gonna lie. That was rough.
That nigga Trayvon not slick. I see what he did.
Oh my God, my allergy.
Hey, that's my MVP.
Hey, first of all, you a bitch.
Hey, you're right. That is my MVP. All that MVP talk, bro. I said SG. No, Joker. Look what your MVP did. So your team ass packing. Imagine getting flown out by a grown ass man to fucking Denver, Colorado to see your team lose by 30. Bro.
Okay.
Couldn't be me. My team went to the second round. So
can we speak on that? Okay, so there are things where like intention versus like hindsight, with like sometimes you
Shut
have really
up,
good.
nigga. They lost.
Let me finish my point. Sometimes you have really good intentions, but in hindsight, like maybe that was a good idea. What Steve Ballmer did was a great intentional move. But in hindsight,
It wasn't a good idea.
Some nigga was held hostage to a 30-point blowout, and they
So
couldn't
imagine,
go
like,
nowhere.
does he pay for the fares back? Can I go home early, bro? If they lose,
He probably had the flights booked back, but they can't go nowhere. They just sat there watching the team get blown up by 40 points. Kawhi Leonard with a 3, Gus to lead the 28.
you got Russell Westbrook dunking on the rim, and hanging on it. It's like, yo, get these motherfuckers back to LA, bro. He a LA born native, bro. He's saying, send your ass back to LA, bro. How y'all let Russell Westbrook do that to y'all, bro?
I don't know.
It's bad, man.
I thought James Harden was supposed to be the system, bro. I thought he was the system.
I told you, stop. I told you my thought about James Harden from the very beginning. I say he is not a player you can have as like a first option to win the championship with. Now looks like you can have as a second option either. But the first option is a big
that
no.
about that nigga, bro.
But I told you how I felt about James Harden, so don't act like that was. We were very clear about who James Harden was. I'm
not saying it was you. I'm just saying, like, bro, like y'all be capping for James Harden, bro. I think James Harden is one of the best offensive players of our generation.
Capping for him.
I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying people are.
Okay.
So when I'm tired, like, yo, dog, let's call a spade a spade. James Harden has been the same dude since fucking Houston. We know who he is, bro. We know who he is. He's been the same dude when he went to Brooklyn. He's been the same dude he went to Philly. He's a choker. He's a bona fide Class A choker.
He balled out in Houston, though.
Yeah, in the regular season. Yeah, in the regular season. Yeah, which was the regular season.
That game 7 when the Houston Rockets shot like 3 for like what was it? What was it?
It was against Golden State. It was against Golden State too. It was against Golden State. They was
but they only made they missed like 27 straight 3-pointers in that game.
I think that was him and Chris Paul final year together too.
Yeah, but Chris Paul was hurt. He didn't play that game 7.
Oh yeah, right. He did not play the game. And then the following year, because they thought they could beat them, Golden State whooped their ass.
Yeah, because they had KD, right?
Yeah, they had KD at that point.
They had KD, but they was up like 3-1 on Golden State or 3-2, and they proceeded to miss a bunch. It was like because KD, I think, got hurt with an ankle injury, and they just like because I remember D'Antoni was still the coach, and he was like, just keep hitting shots, guys. Just keep shooting threes. And the owner, Tillman Fertitta, I think his name was like, yo, fucking put them in the ground, bro. Put them in the ground. Because he was like, be aggressive. Mike D'Antoni and him didn't see got an eye on it, obviously. He got fired. James got traded to Brooklyn, did a year with KD and Kyrie, didn't work out. Did a year with Ben Simmons, didn't work out. Got traded to Philly, did 2 years with Embiid, didn't work out, and now he's back into the Clippers. No, now he's back. Now he's with the Clippers, excuse me.
He probably gonna ask for a trade, don't worry. Don't know who's gonna take him.
Where do you go if you're James Harden, bro?
Phoenix. Fuck it. Go to Phoenix.
With a bunch of okay.
They're not going nowhere, so ain't no pressure, bro. You know the Suns ain't going nowhere, bro.
So who shared the ball?
Bro, KD's gone. KD's not gonna be in that team anymore. I don't know how to tell you this. Devin Booker is also
I'm not saying gone. I know KD's gone. KD. That's not thing fortunate about KD. A great player as he is, I think the stank on his career is like, yo, you're a journeyman, bro. You should not be a journeyman as great as you are.
Well, the big issue that like, and yes, it is a common saying, but like him being the guy, it just hasn't really been there for him. Like he hasn't shown he could do it himself.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate part. It's like I think that and like KD's so too great to be a journeyman at this stage of his career. Like what I'm saying is like it's even though you can say a lot of players have been on different teams, like LeBron, for example. LeBron's been on different teams and won on each team. KD's been on different teams and has not won outside of Golden State, where they were already a great team.
Yeah.
He hasn't been to the conference final since Golden State.
I agree. I mean, it happens with great players often, though. Receive a Shaq.
But that was like later Shaq's life, though. That was like past his prime. He became a journeyman. So that's like I'm not. It's absolutely that is excusable. Like you're past your prime. You're good. You're just trying.
How old KD, Josh?
35,
36,
36.
I think he's 36. Brother, man, he might be in the league for another 3 years. unless he playing a 40. I don't think he is personally, but maybe
36. Nah, he 36.
Yeah, like maybe he'll play the 40. I truly don't know if he will, unless he.
I doubt
don't
that.
know.
I doubt.
I don't know what he wants his role to be. Cause he's not
But
going to be a number one guy.
Yeah, he's not number one guy. But I'm like, I'm not gonna say prime, but he's still got enough to give
He's
the
still
team.
a dog. Yes, he's
Yeah,
still
he's still got enough to give.
I'll say top 10, 15 player in the league.
Yeah, like that's still prime. If you still in your prime, you still a top 10 player.
He is still a dog for sure. I wouldn't say necessarily he's in prime KD form, but he is still very much a dog. Yes.
So,
but
it's just,
it happens, man. This is the passing of the torch, man. We're seeing it live. Anthony Edwards is showing us. We're seeing it live, man. Passing of the torch is currently happening before our eyes. Whether we want to admit it or not.
They call that man Thanos, bro. Also, Nico Harrison. I'm not gonna give you an apology, but I will give you a respectful nod because Luka's fat. Luka is fat and over shape, bro. He's out of shape. Excuse me.
I think the team comp was never going to get anywhere, but I mean, I hear you. I guess.
Yeah, I mean that series,
he's out of shape.
That series did make Luka look very bad. Yeah,
he's out of shape, bro.
I mean, sure, but
it made Luka like. Also, that nigga Luka's a cone. Okay.
No, we knew he was a cone. We knew he was a cone back to last season. We knew he was a cone. It's just that now it's like, bro, I remember there was a discussion who was worse on defense, him or James Harden. And I'm like, I was even coming to the defense of James Harden. Like, James at least tries. He's just not good. He tries. Luka doesn't try at all.
The worst part about being a cone like that, and I can speak because I've been called a cone before in my basketball career, so I understand. But the worst part about being a cone, nigga, is when you get blown by and then you look at a nigga behind you and the nigga 6'7", and you just put your hands up like, why is you there to help? Nigga, he can't help. He's 6'6". Nigga, the Lakers, they had LeBron James at center, bro.
Yeah, they got no center. So that was also another thing the reason why they lost. JJ Redick coached 2 back-to-back poor games. He didn't sub. I think
he also got outcoached.
Yeah, he got greatly outcoached. He got greatly outcoached him, especially on them road games, bro. That game 4, I think it was. He didn't sub.
In the second half,
didn't sub at all, bro.
In the second half is very Tom Thibodeau like
that. I'm about to say, yeah, Tom Thibodeau could do it because I got players under the age of 30 that can do it. That can go an entire second half.
Playing 40-year-old LeBron James,
a
whole half, no breaks. Nasty work, JJ.
And then game 5, which was the elimination game, you put fucking Maxi Cleaver on Rudy Gobert and make Rudy Gobert look like fucking prime KG. And it's like, nigga, if you don't put Jackson Hayes on,
he didn't believe in Jackson Hayes.
You didn't believe in
Jackson Hayes, man.
That's not good, bro. You got to put a body on Rudy Gobert. You got to put a body on him.
I mean, I agree.
And I like JJ Redick. I think JJ Redick is a very good coach. I'm just saying, like, bro, like, you got to put a body. You got to try something. I got to pray he got to give me something. Like, but like Maxi Cleaver, who didn't play for months, you going to put him on Rudy Gobert? And Rudy Gobert, Gobert look like KG 2020.
I can tell you Maxi Cleaver was definitely him because he's the best floor spacer in terms of bigs that they have. Like Jackson Hayes is not a shooter or scorer whatsoever. He's only a lob threat. That is only his game. Jared Vanderbilt, if he's lucky, may hit a couple threes.
Can you get me rebound? They lost the rebound game, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just explaining what his probable thought process was, and it's probably that he just wanted space on the floor. And Maxi Kleber, in theory, is a spacer. He also hasn't played an NBA game since last year, I'm pretty sure. But that was like his first time in an NBA game, like all season, I'm pretty sure. Like he has not played at all. They got put in there in game 5, game 6?
Probably.
Game 6, right?
Yeah. Game 5.
They got put in there and said, hey, Maxi, go hoop.
No, Max, it was game 5. I think it was game 5 because that was the elimination.
All right, bro, you blowing me, dog.
Sorry, let's talk about what we came to talk about. Sorry, Sam.
Big monster go boom. We saw Century go boom.
Did we rap on My Hero?
I think
we did. I think we did. It was cool.
The only thought of My Hero is, bro, Deku is not my hero, bro. That's all I gotta say.
That's not your GOAT.
That's not your GOAT.
That's not your hero.
He not on the front of the silver box.
Definitely not. So,
hey, man. I mean, they gave Todoroki. They put him up there with the big 3. So I don't know what you want to say. They had him up there with the big dogs. So I don't need to argue my point no more. We know what we are.
I don't care about a glorified refrigerator heater,
it's
bro.
Cool. It's cool, bro. Whoever your favorite character is, they ask. Don't worry about it.
That's funny. what was my thought? What was I about to say? Yeah, Deku, Jason Tatum, bro. He gets carried
That's
by a
funny.
great super team, and he can average fit 10 and still like a superstar.
I don't think it's fair to
Come
call
on.
Deku Jason Tatum, but
So,
I
Mo,
think it's very
Mo,
funny. I think it's very funny.
Mo.
Though.
It is funny. I'm joking around, but it's like, bro, come on, bro. What, during that entire film, I was like, yo, bro, what has Deku really done this entire film, bro?
He moving, bro.
you had Jaylen Brown as Bakugo.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, Bakugo, who
Um,
might be better than Jason Tatum to some people in eyes. So
Mm.
I'm not one of them. I think I still go Jason Tatum or Brown, but some people that I know think Brown over Tatum. So, and who did I have? Drew Holiday. I think I said that might be Todoroki.
Todoroki, yeah.
Todoroki, Drew Holiday. Who was Kristoff Porzingis?
it had to be the
Engine Dog, Engine Boy, Ida.
Nah.
But they weren't part of that fight in the movie.
It was the Dark Shadow guy, I think.
Oh yeah, Fumikage. Yeah, Fumikage.
Yeah,
is definitely,
Lita ain't do shit the whole movie, bro.
Yeah, Lita did. I said Ida. Lita definitely didn't do shit. Yeah, Fumikage is definitely KP. So
Yeah.
And again, I think that's also just the flaw of My Hero that there's just so many characters that sometimes niggas just be irrelevant, and it's just unfortunate.
No, that's the flaw. Any show when they got a lot of characters, I think.
I mean, there are shows that do it well though.
No. I think no. I'm not disagreeing. Like One Piece does it well, but
Yeah,
I agree. Like
I think,
even Naruto.
I think
I don't think
JJK
any
also
shows
does
do
it
it
well
good
in my
anymore.
opinion.
Like Naruto didn't do it well. Naruto had a lot
They
of
did in
characters, but
Naruto.
the main focus
Naruto
was
they
just
did not Shippuden.
Go more.
OG Naruto. Yeah, I agree with that. Saying OG Naruto, they did do it well, showcasing all the characters. When they got the Shippuden, it just became the Naruto Sasuke show, and everybody else was just fucking irrelevant.
Sam, go more on that point about no characters do it well. No stories do it well nowadays.
I just feel like no shows do it well with a whole bunch of characters. Plus, now a lot of shows are either max 3 seasons, 4 seasons, so you don't even really have that many characters you can really flesh out like that.
I mean, I would argue JJK does it well. Like there are characters in there that are scrubs, but
they're not scrubs. But we haven't gotten the full backstory on them yet. So
yeah,
let's get the jury's still out on JJK. The jury's still out on JJK. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want let's put a pause on that.
I'm not asking
of stories.
I'm not asking for backstory though.
Yeah, Demon Slayer. What you could say? No.
They can, but at the same time they don't, because we met Rengoku and we lost Rengoku literally in one film. So
yeah,
jury's still out on the other characters if they'll make it through. Who knows?
Yeah, but I think Sam does.
I want to see that. I want to see if Kaiju number 8 what they can do, because they got a lot of characters too.
Okay. You know the one show that does it well, that does not give a fuck about the other characters? Solo Leveling. Because I don't know the main nigga name.
Solo Leveling legit does not give a fuck, bro.
That's different.
It's 3 characters. It's actually 4 characters. It's Jinwoo, it's the mom, it's the sister, and the blonde.
What's his mom name, bro?
I don't know. Mom.
It's a bad example, bro, because you don't know anybody but Jinwoo, bro. Stop it.
You're right. Jinwoo is 4 characters. Jinwoo, and Jinwoo.
There you go.
Nigga, I know his Shadow's more named than him.
I know Beru. I know Beru Eagles.
Yep, Beru, Igris, Iron,
Tank.
Tank. And Tusk. Those are the niggas' names I know, bro.
But that's the thing, like the difference between the manhwa and the show. Like the manhwa actually will flesh out some characters, not like a whole lot, but like, they'll flesh them out to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like Solo Leveling in its entirety is just like 4 characters, bro. Like that's all you care about.
But yeah, we can move on though. But
all right, all right.
Yeah,
what do you want to start with?
That's the point. I just noticed it about shows like nowadays. I think it's also just shows. I'm not gonna be like this, but I think they're just not catering to people like that anymore. Of all these characters. No, back in the day it was Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. What else?
One Piece.
But Dragon Ball Z did the same thing. At some point it was just a Goku show.
Yeah, it turned into the Goku show. But like, think about Dragon Ball. I mean,
Dragon Ball was that was, the power scaling wasn't what it was. So like everybody was relevant in Dragon Ball because like even if you were a Krillin, you were still a relevant piece in terms of like the fight. Yeah. Now they're like, hey, tell Krillin stay home, man. We got it.
He a family man.
He a family man. Go beat your wife. Android 18. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, shows nowadays just not. Which I mean, I'm not trying to be like that, but like, do I really care about Belly Button Boy? Do I really care about Ingenuous? Do I really?
I mean,
care?
that's been Trayvon's whole point about My Hero. That's literally what Trayvon's been saying for the past 2 years.
I said the same thing. I said I don't care about them niggas.
I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's been Trayvon's point for the past year or two about My Hero. So
I think
The
My
last-
Hero is what happens when you combine the big three era with the new gen era. The new gen does it well in that they compact everything nicely and it's consolidated. Old gen, they just gave you stories on stories on stories just to do it. Why not? Hey, we going through a forest. Let's just throw anime in there. Sure, let's get it. So I mean, there's pros and cons to each. I don't like old gen, but that's just me. I'm not gonna say I don't like old gen. I don't prefer old gen over seeing new gen. But we can move on unless somebody else has something to say.
Nah,
that goes into the question about quality and quantity.
Well, go ahead.
Back in the day, it was a lot of people still consider that quality because those are some of the best story arcs that we've ever experienced. But also now we're getting story arcs that are really good too, but they're also just like quick hitters. And then we
Joker for MVP. Trayvon is ain't shit. I just peeped that, bro.
Yo, shut up, Josh. We talking.
I'm sorry. I just peeped that. I just peeped that, bro.
That happened 15 minutes ago.
I literally just peeped. I was not focused on y'all names. I'm looking at y'all faces.
I made the joke 15 minutes ago.
I know, but I was focused on y'all faces.
Remember what we say? Special.
All right,
that was
make a
go ahead.
point.
That was
what
to
were you
you,
saying?
though. Okay, go back to what you were saying.
Anyway, but I just feel like shows nowadays, I feel like it's just different. Well, you know what show that did do it? Okay, but see, the show that's like in between old and new gen, Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan does it really well. I feel like
Attack on Titan did flesh out characters very well, made you care.
I was gonna say Attack on Titan. I don't think has that issue.
Attack on Titan, Full Metal Brotherhood, I think fleshed out characters well.
Because I mean, also with Attack on Titan, a lot of characters die, so you have room.
So that's the difference. Like, how do you flesh out characters? Only like I think some people flesh them out like they make you care about them like for a couple of seconds or a minute, not a couple of seconds, but like a couple of minutes or a couple of episodes, and then I'm writing this character off. Like I'm done. You're done. Your time's been served.
Yeah,
so
but
it kind of like it what's the terminology they use? Then it like like what's it? Not fattening the pigs or some shit, but it's like
thinning the herd.
Thinning the herd. Thank you, Mo. So it's like some shit like that.
Yeah, but with Attack on Titan, like it's not even necessarily about fleshing out characters, but like even at the end, like all of those characters plus more of like integral parts to the plot, essentially, in some form. Where like in other shows where like Naruto shipped it in at some point just becomes, you know, what it was
show.
And stuff, which that's just, you know, I guess the name of the game at that point. But like, you know, it's unfortunate when that stuff happened. But Attack on Titan does a good job. And I'm not even talking about fleshing out characters, but just having characters like it's just in terms of being relevant to the plot, at least. I feel like Attack on Titan does really good at that. Haikyuu, great job at that, personally. Throwing that out there.
I agree with that, yes.
And then like I feel like JJK to this extent does a good job, and it kind of just showed us that the people from the other class that they just scrubbed. So I feel like we're probably not going to see them again. Like I think that was their like farewell tour. I don't know. I know nothing in terms of like the manga, what role they play, but I feel like those people in that class, that was their farewell tour. Like we showed they not on the bid doll level. Get them out of here, you know. So I don't think we're gonna see them too much in these, you know, further arcs unless they get, you know, power scaled or whatever to some degree. But I don't think they're going to be like important to these further arcs, which I'm fine with. I'm perfectly fine with that.
I doubt they will. I think from here, what direction JJK is going, it might just low key just be the Itadori show. So,
I mean, but it will still be characters that are.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's going to be characters, but it's going to be the Itadori show. Like you know, eventually,
he the main character. I'm not against him. Like you know, being the main character in his own show.
You'd be surprised how many people are against that. That's the thing.
I mean, that's because people like Gojo.
But no, like, it's not even It's not even about Gojo. It's about Homeboy. That's about to pop up in season 3.
Oh, don't say anything. I don't know that.
No, see the sword nigga. We met him in a movie. I just can't think of his name. Yuta. Yeah, there you go. Yuta.
Oh, Yuta. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think it should be the Yuta show, like versus the Itadori show.
Gotcha.
We can only see. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. I can't even speak on that honestly, but I can't give a good take because I'm an anime only, and I'm trying to avoid as much manga bullshit as I can. Even though I know a little bit something, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away. Yep.
We
Let's talk
did say
Sinners.
we weren't gonna talk anime, but we did talk anime. So yeah, let's talk movies. Let's talk Sinners.
Let's
Trayvon,
talk Sinners.
let us discuss the Ryan Coogler's biggest hit, Sinners. Still I believe in IMAX currently. Made over lots of money. I can't even get it exact. Just domestically and globally, it made hella lots of money. Shout out Ryan
Last I
Coogler.
heard, it was over 160 mil.
That global or domestic?
Don't know.
All right. But shout out Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. Definitely a dynamic duo. Definitely love their works. What do we thought? We all seen it? What are our
So-
thoughts on it? Trayvon, you saw it last, so give us your take.
For context, y'all have all talked to each other about it, right? Well, at least a little bit.
Yes.
So, and I only talked to Mo about how I feel. So we watched Thunderbolts first, and then afterwards I watched Sinners by myself in the theater. It was late too. It was 10:30.
10 p.m.
Nigga
show.
ain't get out
Yeah,
there till like 1 o'clock.
I'm tired. I was tired. I felt old. I was like, man, I could have been asleep.
Yeah, nigga. I don't do back-to-back movies no more.
Yeah, it's cool. I hit it back. Well, I got some popcorn and said, all right, let's do this. So for the movie, I appreciate how detailed it is in the cinematography, in the amount of details that Ryan Coogler puts into everything that goes into the movie. For example, I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday, Mo. The dance scene where there was all these different cultures and time periods in that one dance scene, and the woman.
That's the best scene to me.
Oh, spoilers! By the way, spoilers.
Josh put it in the title. Spoilers.
I will.
Yeah, it's gonna be spoilers. So that dance scene where the girl was stomping, also when the guy was getting stomped out, to Mo's point, I got that from him yesterday. Was beautiful. I must say that was amazing. That whole scene, it was like 5 to 10 minutes of just beauty and him singing, because bro can sing. He can definitely, like, amazing. And I also heard that like a lot of the main cast could sing, like they're singers first, or musicians first, I should say, not just singers. So like it was amazing. That attention to detail. Now, the way that I went into it, and this is obviously my fault, I kind of overhyped it in my head. I thought it was going to be like an 11 or 12 out of 10. And it was good. It was good. It was very detailed. I caught certain details, like when the Asian mom, well, the Asian daughter went from the black side of the town to the white side of the town. To get her mother, because the Asians like own like stores on both sides, so they were selling to both sides. Like I thought that was an amazing detail. I thought, like I said, the different time periods and pieces that were going on during the dance scene was beautiful, amazingly done. Mo can speak more. Mo and Sam can speak more to like the religious parts I didn't really catch, but overall, I thought it was
Irish
very.
song, about the Irish villain Remick. What did you think about him?
He was fine. He was cool.
You ain't like the I guess similarities to how he could relate to the black struggle because of being Irish and how Europeans did the Irish culture.
I didn't catch it on my first watch throughout the movie. I caught it afterwards because I normally do like just looking at different details, maybe on like YouTube or like Reddit or something about the movie. And I caught that. I was like, okay, that's cool. But during the movie, I was like, this is just an Irish
A
person.
white man dancing.
A white man dancing.
I mean,
Crazy.
so that's cool.
He
But
was
like I said,
he was dancing with niggas circling around him. That's all I'm saying. Man.
I don't really think okay. So I appreciate how detailed it is. I really do. Now the action parts, I wasn't really a big fan of.
It wasn't for me for the action, but it was still good.
I love my action movie slop. I eat that up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's a John Wick guy.
I'm a John Wick. I can sit there and watch John Wick. Like, man, this is amazing. Like on my Sam. Not gonna lie to you. I could do it.
Big monster go boom.
Boom.
I sometimes I want sat Sunday night. I just want to turn my brain off, watch some slop,
See some
get it
niggas
over with.
die.
And the action part of this movie wasn't really all that, but I should have known in my head that to not expect so much from it. So that's that's all I got. It's good, but it wasn't perfect to me.
Um, what would you score it?
Look at 7 or 8.
All right. I'll go next because Mo and Sam probably gonna kind of like we're probably much all gonna agree on like a little about the same stuff and what we liked about it. That they can, like you said, can do a deeper dive on the religious aspects of the movie. Um, this movie was phenomenal to me. Definitely one of my movies of the year. I will give it a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 between those two numbers. Loved it from start to finish. Um, the scene obviously that you mentioned with the with the music and just seeing the different eras of music, past, present, and future, all just being one scene, all in one shot. Not just Black culture music, but Asian culture was in there as well. That was just something phenomenal. Um, what really got another phenomenal scene to me was definitely near the it was the ending. Michael B. Jordan with his after he killed the clan members, that scene with him and his son. I was like, oh man, that one got a lot. That one I saw a nigga next to me start crying. Like that shit got him deep. Um, overall, like this was a just a, I think this is a movie definitely you need to experience in IMAX. Ryan Coogler is definitely the man to come up with this idea. I love the blending of culture of the like just the research of it. I do know people who didn't like the accent. I can't speak on the accent because I'm not from the South because it did sound like a Southern accent to me. But they say it wasn't a Mississippi accent from the Twins. It was more of a Georgia accent.
Oh,
Um, like this is coming from Mississippi people. So, um,
I could
overall,
I
yeah,
could
go ahead.
see that. I could see that because there was some parts I was like, man, I cannot understand what they're saying at all, and it was
I
just
like that. That's
annoying.
the Southern accent to me. If I can't
And
understand you, that's Southern.
and it threw me back to when I was in Georgia, like because I used to help my grandfather like in a moving truck, so we went up and down the South pretty much, like truck stops and all that. So I got like that actual like I know some people with the Georgia accent, and it took a month to actually understand what they're saying sometimes. And I felt that in this movie. It was annoying, but I appreciate the detail once again.
Hey, can I just speak on that because I was in the movie theaters and them niggas was talking and I looked at Carmen and I said, "Am I losing my touch, or can I just not understand these niggas that much?"
He was like, "Am I coming? Am I
So
coming to colonizer?"
so I'm very happy to hear that Trayvon also had a hard time because I was in the
Yo,
movie theaters like,
I had a hard time. Like them first like hour of that film, I was like, "What the fuck are they saying, bro?"
yeah.
And again, I'm from north. I'm up north, bro. I don't really. I never really been. I never really like
I
spent a
said,
long
nigga,
time in the
where are
south.
the subtitles?
for the subtitles.
But
I have a hard time
I was
understanding
getting upset. I said, I don't know what goddamn thing. What is Michael saying?
I
Nigga?
I do want to make one quick point before I let Mo and Sam go, and I'm starting to realize this with Ryan Coogler's work. He doesn't really make villains. He does make a lot of the gray villain ones that are bad, but they have kind of like justifiable means. And I think about like Killmonger, I think about Namor, and now I think about Remick and excuse me, Sinners, where Remick was the bad guy. Obviously, what he was doing was definitely fucked up and wrong. But he kind of like he again his experience being an Irishman and what the Europeans did to his culture and shit. I could see why he did what he did, whether you agree with it or not. But the thing of what I loved about Remick is that Remick ended up becoming something that he was fighting against. So he started like just like the Europeans forced their culture upon the Irish. Remick started forcing the vampirism on everybody else. So that's what I'm hearing. An echo. Where's the echo coming from? Nobody hearing the echo? Just me.
Just you.
All right, I gotta figure out where that's coming from. But it was just an interesting detail, like not even interesting, like a phenomenal detail that I loved about that film. Now I'm gonna pass it off to Mo and Sam because y'all been loving that one scene in the final battle scene.
Sam, you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, just to see my rating in the movie first, I give it max an 8 out of 10. Kind of what Trayvon said, and I guess the way that the movie was advertised, it did seem like it was going to be a little bit more horror from the vampires. Um, and I felt like it just wasn't. Like it was close, but like I thought they were going to terrorize them a little bit more. Um, but that is what it is. I think the first part that really was interesting, kind of as Josh said and Trayvon said, the scene with the music and they were showing all the cultures and everything. Excuse me. Other part was the fact that Remick wanted Sam as to open up the portal or whatever, which I thought was very interesting. I kind of wanted to see him open up the portal, to be honest, um, to see what would happen.
What portal?
Well, remember he said that they only wanted Sam because he had the power because of his music.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
And I kind of just wanted to see just for like I don't know, just for the sake of it, to see what would happen. Um, one thing I did wish is if they showed kind of where Remick came from, because one thing that we were talking about a little bit last night before, after the Thunderbolts movie was how they showed Remick coming out the sky.
Before the
Um,
Thunderbolts.
Before the movie.
okay, and but the part is too like it was broad daylight, like he really can't be outside. So I'm like, where the hell is this nigga coming from? It wasn't like it was like dusk or something like that. Like he came out of nowhere and he's being chased by the Native Americans. Um, so I know a lot of people kind of signifying like that was a devil or like a fallen angel coming from versus the regular vampires kind of just appeared. He kind of came from the sky as a fallen thing.
Mhm.
He had to be invited into the house to, start his terror. Um, yeah, I think that was good. And then the scene with the baptism, it started freaking me out when he started saying the Lord's Prayer back.
Hey, don't steal my thunder, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't know. I was like, doesn't this cross the line like with the devil and God? Like, I was like, can he say this? I was like,
Well,
I
no,
thought he
not
burned.
not exactly. Mo's gonna break it down more, but I would just add like the devil, and all the supernatural shows that I've seen when it comes involving like demons and devils, they all mock the Lord. So that's not out of the ordinary to see like something like a vampire mocking the Lord's prayer.
Yeah, but I thought it was very interesting that they used vampires as the devil, if that makes sense. That was a very interesting take, and also how white people always try to knock down black people, black business, because they want to just have a barn for parties and stuff like that, and only have black people. Um, and then how they were going to come in the morning and destroy it all. It was a very interesting play on. It was a lot of like things that were in the movie that were like, this is kind of very interesting. And the part that they went to Chicago and everything was the same up north as it was down south, just different.
I love that
Yeah.
detail. I love that detail.
Because apparently, well, not apparently, Emmett Till was in Chicago, and that's where he got lynched. Or
No, Emmett Till was from Chicago. He moved. He
from
came
Chicago.
down to
Yeah.
he came down like the Mississippi, I believe, and then that's where everything happened.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like,
there's something had to do with Chicago.
go to shoot. Go ahead, Mo.
Where did I start, man? Where did I start? So I'm a little tired, so I might miss things, and I apologize. I didn't get a lot of sleep. Sorry, but I don't know, I guess I would like try to start from the beginning as much as I can, and then work my way down. But very first thing I thought was really interesting was the Asian family, and like Trayvon said, and Carmen actually pointed this one out to me because I was like, oh, I didn't really like pick up that at first, but when the daughter was crossing the lines essentially between white and black. I was like, okay, cool. Really cool detail. Now, for me, I was waiting for the shoe to drop, I guess, the whole time with the Asian family, see how their portrayal would end up in terms of like it either benefiting or harming the main cast of black people, which I figure it would, come to some harm. So, like, I guess in the middle of the movie, when the mom is, the Asian mom is upset because her husband got turned into a vampire.
Yeah,
and then she, ends up being like, "Hey, yo, y'all can come in." At like
people were roasting her on my timeline, bro. I said, "Damn, she wanted to protect the daughter." I get it, but damn, she wanted to protect the daughter. But go ahead,
and
bro.
like her essentially doing that, at the sake of like the other black people there. I feel like was a very clear analogy, and like comparing it to like today's most recent thing with like a affirmative action when the Asian kid went to the Supreme Court about it because he was like, "Yo, man, these niggas shouldn't be making it in college. I should be in there, bro. Like, why are these niggas getting it, not me?" And now that affirmative action. If you disagree,
because I feel like it is different. I'm just like, and like, yo, Mo, they did threaten to kill her daughter.
Yeah, but
like she's a mother.
They weren't going over there, bro. They weren't going.
How do you know?
No.
Time out. How do you know? That's what I'm saying.
They weren't
like
they were gonna murder that daughter, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you know? It's still nighttime, so we don't exactly know the time of when all the shit when that happened. But if they got an army outside and you're trapped inside, so you can't go out because the moment you come out, you're dead. You can't let them in, then you're going to die. And now Vermic has your husband turned as a vampire who knows everything about you now.
Yeah, especially
bro,
when
I'm like, I know how you like to be licked. I said, oh,
yeah, bro. And then he speaks to you in Mandarin and shit, and it's like, yo, bro, this dude know where my daughter live and everything. All he gotta do is send my husband over there, and she gonna let him in. So I think like I understand where you're trying to come from, but I feel like it's not a good take at the same time because it's like you gotta look at the fact like, yo, she's a mother trying to protect her daughter.
For sure. I can see that perspective. I won't act like I'm blind to that perspective, but I will say that I think that was Ryan Coogler's point the whole time, where people of color, at the sake of other black people, will look out for themselves, but also potentially end up harming black people. I think that was a very distinct point there with it. Like that could have been anybody else that had a daughter in the city, but it was the Asian family specifically. I think is the point. Go ahead.
I think the emphasis on the Asian family is a little bit too much, and it's a reach, because they were screwed either way. Really. Remember what Carmen said last night? We were talking. In what Sam said earlier, the white people were coming in the morning, regardless, to shoot up the whole place and take back over. So, I mean, no matter what, they were getting set up. It's just. How it transpired is how it transpired.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm not denying that, but I think there was a specific reason why it was the Asian woman that told them niggas to come in. In my opinion,
also she was just really upset at the part of like, and I feel like it was
lost her husband
thing that she did.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think she was upset, scared, worried about her daughter. But I think the point was that at the sake of her family, she put black people also in a way of harm. I think is the point, because there were also other people, like the black people that also had like family outside. Like that wasn't. I don't know. I just feel like
I mean, we don't know. We assume they had family outside, but we just don't know. Which is, I would think, one of the only negative about this film to me is that we don't know. We didn't really get an aftermath of all the bullshit. So like, all we know is just Sammy survived.
Well, we got aftermath.
No, we got it, but not like an aftermath of everything that happened. Like, so, like for example, like, yo, Sammy, the girl that Sammy was fucking on, like, bro, she had a whole husband. Now she a vampire. Now she dead. Like, what the fuck? Like, imagine waking up the next day, you see, like, yo, where all my people at, bro?
Trayvon, what we said last night when we had our call back in those days, he probably had 4 wives.
100%. Yeah, husband's out with his girl too.
Wow. I'm just saying, like, even like for the daughter, like, yo, bro, you go to bed, you wake up, like, all right, where mom and dad at?
They did.
Hey man,
that's my own. Like we didn't really got an aftermath, but it wasn't really. I guess it wasn't a big deal, but I feel like the Asian one is a bit because you gotta look at it.
No, it's not. No, it's actually not, because I was talking to Adri about this too, and she said that it was very interesting that the Asians own those 2 stores, and like not trying to be like this, but like how Asians usually own like a lot of things on the low. Or own a lot of stores that black people specifically go to.
I'm scared.
I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he's going with this. I don't know what he's going with this.
No,
I'm just concerned. I'm not saying. I'm just I just need to pick it apart.
No.
But playing on the black plight, basically.
I understand what he's saying.
Like
I understand what he's saying to that degree, where it is often seen where Asians own a lot of convenience stores and stuff, typically in black affluent communities.
Yeah,
that I understand, because like you go to a hair store, depending where you go, usually the people at the front desk, there's a good chance they could be Asian, So I understand, and there's probably like even dialogue about that within like Ryan Coogler maybe was showing with like the stores as well, with the two stores being the white and the black side, like that. I think that was like part of that dialogue as well. But like that part, I'm like fine with is whatever. But I'm speaking specifically about the fact that it was specifically the Asian mom that ended up fucking him essentially.
She
Yeah,
had the
playing
I
most,
like
think- and I
but in her defense, she had the most to lose.
She did have the most to lose. I agree. I was just about to say that.
She
So
had the most
good.
to lose.
So good.
She did. She did have the most
She's
to
a
lose. None of
daughter.
the others are parents, Mo. When you're a parent, your main goal is like, I gotta
No,
protect my
the
child.
The two people in the barn were at least formerly
Who were
parents.
parents?
They lost
Who?
their kid. They lost
That
their
they're
kid.
not. Then technically, you're not. This is gonna sound fucked up, but technically, you're not a parent. Your child is gone. My child is here and
Damn.
alone.
That's crazy.
It's fucked up, but it's the truth.
It's true.
Nasty work.
She had the most
It's
to lose.
fucked up. She had the most to lose. Sammy was fucking on somebody girl. Fucking old
Mike.
uncle is drunk. Like cornbread got a whole wife. They ain't gonna see again.
Okay. If you want to make the argument that she had the
Cornbread.
most to lose, regardless, it still doesn't defy my point. I feel like it doesn't count.
I get what you're trying to say, Mo. I think
I'm
I
just saying-
do feel like it's a little hard because like she did have a daughter, and
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
no way that she could get out there to protect her daughter.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely, I agree.
And how would you tell your daughter, yeah, your dad turned to a vampire?
You don't.
They
Yeah.
murked each other. But that's just what I'm saying, Mo. It's like it was damn if you don't. Because even if they find a way to survive the night before the clan and find a way to escape even before the clan got there, your daughter lost her father. You can't leave the barn because they're gonna kill you the instant you step outside the door.
Hey man, they could have fought them niggas outside the barn. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
With
That's
what?
They would have lost.
They would have lost. It was 100. It was literally 100. It's literally the gorillas. 100 is one man, one gorilla versus 100 men, bro. They would have lost.
Anyway.
Also, the one
that's
part that
all I'm saying.
I felt like was a little, I don't know, was the fact that was it Stack? Was Stack the one that turned to a vampire or Smoke?
Yeah, that was Stack.
Stack.
Okay, Stack.
Stack
Also,
was the
shout out
blue
to
one,
Michael
I
B.
think.
Jordan for playing.
No.
both roles.
Stacks was the red one.
Okay,
Yeah,
shout out
Stack,
to Michael.
yeah. Stack
Stack,
was the one that turned to
yes.
vampire.
Yes.
Okay, shout out to Michael B. Jordan for playing both roles because that was kind of cool. But
Yeah,
the part that Stack kept his promise, to me, I was like, I'm sorry, bro. You are
I like
a
that.
vampire.
no, I like that. I
Them
know, I
niggas
like
did
that
not
part.
care, bro.
I mean, at the end of the
That's
day,
that's not technically true to your extent. They did not care because they cared because they wanted them to. They cared like I want you to be like us because we have all this power. We have immortal life. We have all type shits like that. But so Smoke couldn't kill his brother because at the end of the day, that's his twin brother. He always been protecting him. Remember in the beginning when we found out about they past, like how they daddy used to beat on him and shit. Smoke had still protected Stacks. And Stack was always like, man, like Stack kind of was protected of their dad. Like Stack said, like, yo, he didn't mean nothing by it when he used to beat on me. Like he ain't know no better shit like that. So, which also talks a lot about like how people view that, people view abuse. But when it came to that promise, I wasn't mad at that because of the thing, like, yo, Stack is like, yo, my brother's gone. Stack talked about it at the end. Stack, my brother's gone. I can't see the sunlight. I basically lost everything but my shawty. Yeah, I'll keep this motherfucking promise at the end of the day. Yeah, like and Sammy's the last bit of family he had left.
True.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Like I'm not mad. I think we all made valid points, by the way. So we all recommend go see the movie. This is us or the Afro anime certified approved. Go see the film.
Mo, did you finish all your points?
nah, I only got the beginning. Then y'all niggas went off.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Give me the clip
But
notes.
but I don't know. I feel like it was intentional to a degree, but that's just my opinion.
Bro,
But
hold on.
following that, I feel like the music scene was really, really dope, especially with like the collaboration and not collaboration, but kind of like the history and future of like music, kind of all like blending in one at that point and moment. I thought that was really dope scene, especially when like the barn that like burned down or whatever. Really fire, really good. Blah blah blah. But I think to me, my favorite scene, and this is what I was talking to Sam and Josh about, was the very end when they were not fighting, but
the final battle.
Sammy Remick were in the lake, essentially, and Remick is essentially baptizing them in the lake, and then also going verse for verse with them with the heavenly, prayer. and stuff, which I thought was a really, really interesting like concept because like in the Bible, like is made well aware that the devil knows the Bible very well. So Remick essentially saying the fatherly or the heavenly prayer with Sammy, I thought was a really cool touch in that moment. Cause it was like, oh yeah, he was like, yeah, I know that shit, verse for verse. Yeah, I love that.
So
shit.
this was the one thing I was hoping they, and I was trying to find a video if they talked about it, but I couldn't find it as far as I know. They didn't really they acknowledged that Remick obviously was a vampire, right? And I assume I don't know if he was the first vampire because maybe he was because he could fly and shit like that. But they didn't really touch it. Like, is he the first vampire or someone who's also turned into a vampire and a survivor of it?
Well,
That's the thing. I guess he was the first because he said, "I want to open the portal, go back to my friends, and bring my friends over here." So I would have to assume that he was the first vampire.
so I was watching a video, and apparently, which someone, I think it was you mentioned earlier, they came from Europe over to the
Yes.
Europe in like Ireland, whatnot, everything that happened with them when they got colonized, I think, or something like that with the UK. They had a little kerfuffle. And then, that's people are still migrating over here like a lot more. And crap, what was I saying? What was your question?
Was Remick the first vampire?
He wasn't, I don't think he was necessarily the first. He could have been, but we don't know. But he was definitely the first in America.
Yeah, I agree with that. That I got. But it was just like, is he the first? Because he was doing things. Obviously, he was doing things that the other vampires couldn't, and then he had the ultimately this demonic transformation when he got stabbed in the stake in the heart. So my mind started thinking like, is he the first vampire, or is he someone who's been old enough to learn all these abilities of being a vampire?
Was it that all the other vampires couldn't, or he just didn't see all the vampires do everything that he did?
I mean, we don't know. That's the thing. So that we don't know Remick's quote unquote age of being how long he's been a vampire. We just know he was a vampire that came over to America from Ireland.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I don't know that though because the Native Americans knew who he was.
That was also another thing I wanted to know. Like, how did they know he was a vampire, and how did they know
So
that he
he's
was
been
like
around.
Maybe they can detect spirits or something like that.
that?
I mean,
that actually plays into
I
Native
mean-
American culture. No, it is read that they can like have spirits that they follow.
I mean, there was probably somebody also similar to our side that because our side, the black side, because the mother, I forget her name, but
and I think her name was
Smoke's baby mom or because they
wife,
weren't married, I guess. I don't know.
Mom.
I don't think they were really married or anything, but like,
Oh my god! I just realized.
I
Oh
think her
my
name was
god! The
Anne.
flowers that he put down, that must have been the aborted baby.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
the aborted baby.
it wasn't.
That wasn't the aborted,
Oh,
not
fuck,
the
it was
aborted
not
baby. It was a
aborted.
baby
It was
that
a
died.
miscarriage.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
miscarriage.
That's not aborted, nigga. What the fuck?
My bad.
But essentially, the mom, I don't want to call it Smoke's baby mom. I mean, Smoke's baby mom.
His girl.
Yeah,
His
you say
girl.
baby mom.
His girl,
His
Smoke's
girl.
girl knew
Just
what
say Ann.
vampires were because she was into essentially like
Yeah, she
know,
was
like,
into the spirits.
black. I don't want to call it black magic, but essentially like witchcraft. Like
I wouldn't
you
even
know.
say witchcraft either.
No,
Just
I mean, that's
I like
essentially-
to say spirits. Like you're in touch with that spiritual side and all of that.
Sure, yeah, but like it was like that's voodoo. Like that's
Voodoo. Yeah, I
essentially-
mean it is the South. That's what it was called.
yeah, I'm
during that
saying
time.
so. Like she was essentially like that spiritual consultant on their side. Like the Native Americans probably also people who are also spiritually in tune with themselves. Probably have somebody
Oh
similar
shit!
on
Now
that
that you brought that up, it actually brought. I gotta bring up another cool detail is that Smoke had the necklace, right? The necklace that his girl gave him to protect him. So that's why he was like he seen all this shit and didn't die because the necklace protected him. And then think about the battle with his twin Stacks in the barn, where Stacks tried to bite him, but he couldn't because the necklace protected him. So, fast forward now to the aftermath, right? Stacks is sitting on the top of the cache of weapons because he know the clan about to come. He tries to roll up a cigarette, doesn't do it because he's just tired and traumatized of the day. He removes the necklace that's protecting him all this time.
Well, Smoke, you talk about Smoke. Smoke,
Yeah,
is
that's
the one
Smoke.
Smoke is.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
that's what I said. I thought I said
You
Smoke.
said
Did I say
Stack.
Stack? Oh, my fault. Well, Smoke removes the necklace that's been protecting him, and he owes me. Dang, that's crazy detail. Smoke finds, bro, the detail to remove the protective necklace that he thought was just pointless because it reminded him of his girl, and then the clan come and he died. That is a crazy detail, bro. Wow.
Well, he removed it because he wanted to be with Anne in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm. That's what I took it as.
That's what
Also,
you said? Okay.
I do hear slight echo for you, Josh. I hear it now.
That's what I'm trying. I can't figure out where the echo is coming from.
Just unplug your mic and plug it back in. But I do hear it now. But I think that was, I guess, done in intention at that point, where like him saying that he wanted to, at least it's showing that he wanted to be back with his family who is now in the afterlife. So I do agree with that, Trayvon. Yeah.
I just realized that about the child though. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that was
until just now.
that was the child of the, that was the scene that like that's when in my theater box we all clapped. It was at like when them credits rolled before the post credit scene, we all clapped. Like it was just like, damn, but that shit hit.
To me, you would clap when the person that made it would be able to acknowledge that you clapped for them.
That's not
interesting.
true. That's not true. We done. I've clapped in theater movies. I clapped for we didn't clap in Infinity War. We clapped for Endgame. We clapped for the first Avengers film. When the shit is like great and sitting like a cinematic masterpiece, the fans are gonna clap no matter what.
Who?
Like, because I'm like I'm pretty sure we clapped at Endgame at the end of Endgame.
I just don't get it. It's like when a tree falls in the silent forest. Like, what's the point?
What?
He
what? You're not going to clap to acknowledge that it's a great film?
But
why do that for other people's acknowledgement in the theater? What's the point?
He wanted to be Ryan Coogler.
He wanted to be
Ryan
so my
Mo,
God,
did you have any other points?
Thank you.
I thought. I'm trying to think. I think the Sammy stuff at the end of the post credit scene when
that was nice.
When essentially the vampires come back in, I thought that was a really, really cool thing just to see how they like, I guess like adapted over time. Cause now like they're dressed in like 90s attire and shit. I thought that was just really cool to see. And also it was like, yo, like Sam, we got some people here. You want to let them in? And he's like, yeah, bring them in. And I was like, all right, that's when
I knew that it was a vampire. I knew it was the same. I thought at first it was going to just be Haley's character. That I didn't expect to see Stacks. So
yeah, I thought it was cool. And there's like so much more, I feel like in Sinners, which I'm not able
no,
to
there's a lot more. There's a lot more.
Touch on stuff like even like the Irish stuff, or like they were also victims of like colonization, and then they carried essentially Remick being the Irish character that is carrying it out. Oh, also real quick, the white people, which I said this to Sam and Josh, I think earlier, how like Remick showing up to their door and them letting him in was, I feel like, very blue pill here. I feel like was a direct analogy that white people will essentially fuck themselves over at the expense of, give the middle finger to people of color.
No, I agree with that because it's the crabs in a barrel mentality that they'll rather have somebody like screw themselves and have somebody succeed or help them. But it was also that Remick used this bigotry. Use their bigotry to let him inside because they was like suspect about it. They was like, yo, why the fuck are you on fire and shit, nigga? So it was like nah, man, I'm getting chased by them. I'm chased by them Indians, bro. Help me. They was like, oh, you getting chased by Indians? Come on in.
Native Americans.
Well, I'm just saying for the movie, for the sense.
That's what they said in the movie.
Yeah. They did? They said Indians?
I think so.
Yeah, he ain't call them Native Americans. I know that.
Yeah, I don't think they're using the Native American movie. But
they didn't call them Native Americans back then either. So
they also didn't refer to characters as African Americans. Trey, but I don't think you realize that. They didn't say, "Oh, get the African Americans over there."
No,
gather them up. The clan pulled up. Can we find the African Americans, please?
But I just don't remember what they even called them.
I don't know what exactly. I'm just using. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I'm just using it for the context of this for this discussion that I think I want to say he called them Indians, but I'm not sure about it. It had to be some kind of racial slur to trigger the white people to let him inside the game they trust because he noticed the clan robes. I also noticed the actually I didn't notice that at first. My boy Batticus Prime pointed me out to this when we talked about it, that there were 3 crows on the house when Remick first pulled up to turn the white people to vampires, and then when we fast forward to the juke joint the night of the party, that very same night, that there was 3 crows on top of that, showcasing crows are a symbolism of a death of death. So it was like shit was gonna hit the fan the moment. That was their symbolism, like, yo, shit about to hit the fan here. So that was a great detail that my boy Bat put me on. I love the detail of the blues, like just how the blues was created from. This is why you gotta see this movie talked to about other people, because a lot of people have probably peeped things about it or have other information that I didn't know. So the blues was created through African hums, and they showcased that obviously in that scene with all the multiple scenes. Oh, I didn't even know. I know I'm going sidetrack here, but that's one scene in the car with Sammy and the Slim, I think his name was
Slim, yeah.
yeah, Slim, and they actually improvised that scene. That scene was all improvised about the when he was telling the story about how his friends, how they got locked up and they made some money off these white people for singing, and then one of them wanted to go somewhere, and then the white cop caught him and killed him. I was like, yo, he said he improvised that whole shit, bro. I said, damn, bro.
And did y'all hear in the background? It was like a sound experience of everything that he was saying.
Yes, I did peep that. That shit was
good.
deep. That shit was deep. Yeah, it's just one of those films, bro.
What was the Asian's mom's name? Grace.
I think I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was Grace.
Lie. It might be cooked for her, bro. Respectfully, though. I'm gonna say my last point. Also, I love Asian people. I don't want to act like I'm anti-Asian here. I know it kind of
because that's what I was shaping up. So I'm trying to get you.
No, it's fine. No, I'll take the bullet. This is more so a representative of a person of color thing in terms of like the black plight, I guess, to a degree at least. You know, that's a whole nother dialogue that can happen, but I won't get into that. But also when things started going south at the juke joint, you know who was trying to leave first? Grace.
Well, because she realized shit hit the fans, like, we gotta get back home, bro.
Yeah, but I think it's intentional symbolism that when shit hit the fans, they can, hey man, y'all got.
Isn't that anybody though? When shit hit the fan,
that's not anybody though. Josh, focus, bro.
I am focusing, but I'm just saying I'm looking at it from their perspective too. That's what I'm looking at. If I was in that and I saw somebody told me, hey yo, one of the homies just died, bro. Okay, get the call. We gotta get the fuck out.
Yes, but you realize like that wasn't. It was specifically coined in that these people who weren't black but were integrated into black spaces, but could also integrate in white spaces. When shit hit the fan on the black people, they said, "Yo, we should probably head out of here, right?" Because they can, whereas black people can't just escape that. That is literally the point.
Okay. Hey, what did JID say in the song "Meditate"? Everyone will be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga.
Thank you, Sam. You know, Sam, put some smoke in that nigga Josh. I'm tired of this nigga Josh acting obtuse, man. It's cool. I'm
not acting obtuse.
I'm fucking up your Disney bag. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking. I'm like, yo, you're looking at. We're not parents, so at the end of the day, we don't know what we would do. For
but
kids.
even before the parent thing happened, bro. Even before all that, that's cool.
But Mo, at the end of the day, no matter what, if you're a parent, your job is to get back to your kids safe and protect them. That I'm not saying nothing you said is wrong. I'm just also looking at it from someone like, yo, if I'm a parent and shit is hitting the fan, I can't be here when the shit hit the fan. I gotta get back to my kid because my kid needs me more. Hey. I'm sorry for y'all niggas. Good luck. GG. Hey. I gotta get home to my kid.
Hey, that's cool. I understand where you come from. I won't fuck up your Disney bag, Stephen A. I'm gonna let you go.
It's in my Disney bag. Yeah, I don't want
to be. The dad was trying to stay though, right?
I think the dad would chill.
Was the dad? I don't know what the dad was trying to say or not. I remember the dad just saying,
but
Grace was like, I'll get the car.
Yeah. Grace was like, yeah, nah, we out.
But also that points to the fact that Grace was also the one working on the white side as well.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that's true. Grace was working on the white side.
There are specific details put in place here, and you might not want to hear it, but I think it was intentional what Ryan Coogler did.
I'm not saying I don't want to hear it. I'm just saying
having Grace be the one to implement these things, especially from where she started as the Asian woman working on the white side. Like I think that was intentional, leading to her wanting to leave, leading to her telling the vampires.
She was also suspect of Smoke and Stacks to begin with, because she didn't grow up with them like homie did, like the dad did. The dad grew up with them.
Like, I think all that's intentional. Whether or not you want to dive into it or not is a whole nother thing. But I believe Ryan Coogler did it intentionally.
I agree with Josh, but we can move on.
Yeah, we got to move on to the.
I got Sam.
All right, we got. Is that at the side? You wait. Let
me get my rating real quick. Sinners, I thought was a very good film. I won't say it's overhyped. I do think it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen in my life personally, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. But when I was done Sinners, I was giving like 8 or 9. I'm fine with like a solid 8.5 to a 9. Honestly, it's not a 10 out of 10 for me, but it was a very good film, and I think if you don't care about spoilers and you haven't seen it, go see it and have your own thoughts at least.
Yeah, I
That's
think
honestly the best thing you could probably do. Have your own
I
thoughts.
my parents saw it. My mom would agree with most score like an 8, but she didn't really understand like she picks up some of the details, but she didn't understand like all the vampire shit of like how they gotta
Yeah.
be let in and stuff. So my
Yeah.
dad none understands that he loved the film 10 out of 10. It was 10 out of 10 for him. So I think if you got anything lower than an 8, I think we gonna look at you side eye. But if you got a guy
Trademark.
at an 8 score, like you're good.
I guess speaking on the vampire thing, because they were like what represent, because that's the one thing I'm trying to still wrap my head around, like where they
It's in other vampire films that they can't be let in without permission.
no,
I
but
think
Some
for the
people,
most part, they didn't
some
wanna use
films
actual
do it, and
devils
some
and
films
stuff.
don't.
yeah,
They
but
wanted to use vampires as white people always coming to destroy black people. Also, that
No,
they
that's
were
not.
like
No, I think
devils.
I'm talking about like the let in part.
Well, that's also
yeah,
that's also religious too. Like you let a spirit into you, you give it authority.
I won't I
Into
can't
your
speak
home?
I can't speak necessarily.
Don't parents always say be careful who you let into your house?
Who you letting in your house, bro?
Okay.
I'm confused. I'm
Parents
confused.
always say be careful who you let in your life. Be careful who you let in your house.
You got King Von in your house?
My
What's
my
happening?
mom has never really said that
Okay.
to
I don't
me.
think I've ever.
It's okay. No,
I heard
yeah,
don't talk to strangers. I feel like that is the same. I heard don't talk to strangers, but
no,
like
see,
be
I
careful who
know
you
what
let
you're
in your
talking.
house.
I know what you're talking. It's like grandparents, yeah, because
Yeah, like an
your,
old
your
school thing is
parents are
like be
older,
careful who
so
you let
that's
into
like
your house.
my grandparents say some shit like that. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think the whole the authority or the permission to let in, I'm like trying to like understand like how the vampire thing comes into part to that, and like is that a direct analogy to like cultural vampirism,
I
or
don't
like
know because
letting certain people in spaces and then them taking advantage of the people in those spaces essentially?
It's
that could
old
be,
vampire
but
lore
it's
there.
it is old vampire lore, but like that's the thing. Like some vampire lore doesn't, other vampire lore doesn't do it. Like if you watch Blade, they can go in and out of anything. If you watch like a 30 Days a Night, I think they gotta be let in. If you watch Nosferatu, I think that he has to be let in. He can't just like come in. Like that's the thing. Like different. It depends. Like even Twilight, I don't think he even did that shit.
Them niggas walk straight inside, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's
Shout
different.
out Twilight.
So also there was another discussion: is this the best vampire film people have seen? I'm saying no, it's not the
It's not
best
really a
vampire.
vampire film though.
Agreed. It's not a vampire film.
But that started the argument. That's why me and my boy Ant was talking about that. Like it's not his. It's not his. Even it's not even his best vampire film. That's still 30 Days a Night.
Yeah.
To
I
me,
feel like vampires are more of a plot device in this film than
Yeah.
anything.
yeah. So
Like
I'm not mad at
they're
that.
representative of something more so than just being vampires themselves, I think.
So it's not like the vampire's actual character. It's not like shit. I'll still say Blade is still a better vampire film.
I also felt like it was a very little bit interesting, but then it kind of like did 100% add up that the vampires wanted the black people. If that makes sense.
They didn't want the black people. Remick just wanted Sammy because Remick realized Sammy could open the portal through his music. Sammy had on that supernatural power that he didn't even know about. So
True.
Mm.
Which is ironic that he's black.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, I was watching a video on this. Apparently, back when black people were free and all that, blues was and blues was more like heard on radios and stuff like that. They were labeling it as devil music and stuff like that. So I think that's where that connection goes. Is they labeled it as that, so it manifested itself as that.
I can see that
in their eyes.
I mean,
I can see
we
it.
saw with the preacher how he felt about it,
Exactly. And
The preacher didn't like it. But I feel like that's all forms of music as music evolves, because they said the same thing about rock, even heavy metal, hip hop, rap. Like we see the evolution of that. All right, we're gonna move on, but we all agree that Sinners is a great film to go see.
Yeah, I said very good.
Great, very good, great film.
I'll say great. I'm not
it's definitely gonna win. I'm gonna say great. I definitely recommend go see it. I definitely think it's gonna win some awards. I think it is one of Ryan Coogler's best films. Definitely top 3.
I think I think it's probably his best film.
I don't know. I still got Black Panther 1 over it.
You know he did Fruitvale Station, right?
I was about to say Fruitvale Station is the only one I would consider in the same level.
Like he also did
Fruitvale
the Creed. He also I forgot about the Creed trilogy. He did
You know,
those too.
I haven't seen Creed 3, so I can't speak on
Same.
Creed 3 is
seen
fire,
any.
bro. Creed 3 is fire. Definitely go see Creed 3. But the Creed trilogy is definitely I gotta reevaluate that now that I think about I forgot he did the Creed trilogy.
Yeah. I mean,
but now we're moving on.
real quick. Even the twins though, them wearing red and blue was intentional because it's like the duality within the
Of
twins.
red and
Like
blue.
that's the whole thing in like Western African, like not myths, but Western African, like I guess mythology would be the word. It's like has to do with like twins and stuff. So that's like a whole nother thing which I'm not like informed about. So I'm gonna act like I am. But that's a whole nother thing. So
That twins are inherently evil or something like that.
there's like there can be an evil and a good, like good and evil, but also I guess in Western African like history, twins are more they happen more often, I guess, in Western African. So but again, like I'm not as informed in it, so I'm gonna act like I know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna stand by that person of color point via her being the one that fuck shit up for them niggas in the barn. I'm standing by that one. I'm sorry.
Whatever you say. Okay.
Cool.
It's your opinion to stand by. Like I just disagree with it.
I just have to stand by it. That's all.
Y'all still talking about Thunderbolts?
Yeah, we gotta talk about Thunderbolts.
Sorry.
You see, right now we can go back to roasting you about the Clippers stuff.
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah. Yo, who do you think was James Harden of the Thunderbolts? Who didn't show up? Yeah, there's Spider-Man. Spider-Man had to be James Harden. He
Yeah, bro. Where the fuck is Daredevil, nigga?
Daredevil, like they James Harden, bro. They don't show up.
I know the nigga blind, but hey, but you don't see that nigga in the sky?
Hey, he probably was reliving.
What's he gonna do?
He got a point. What is he gonna do?
He can hear the dark thoughts. I don't know.
He gonna recite the Lord's Prayer to him?
He might. He might.
Man.
Spider-Man was probably reliving seeing Uncle Ben die for the billionth time. So
yeah, man.
all right, we saw Thunderbolts, man. We saw Thunderbolts last night.
What are y'all thoughts? Because
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good Marvel film. I love the story of the not PTSD, but the depression and post trauma from all of the heroes and all of our characters. I love the post credit scene. Obviously, are we done with my spoilers or no?
Yeah, go to spoilers.
All right, I'm hearing an echo on all y'all. I don't think it's coming from me, but
I hear it as well, slightly.
all right. I love Sentry was fucking. They did Sentry perfect. I love the actor that played him. They definitely did change the Sentry origin to a bit in terms of his cosmic powers. They made it more genetics, but they still kept like they still kept what Sentry is in terms of being this schizophrenic character with massive amounts of power. They showcased the firepower, super strength, super speed, the Superman like being. That one line in the movie near the end, bro, was a bar. Like he said, why would a god take orders from you? And I'm stronger than all of the Avengers, and they got a god on there. I said, that nigga's cooking. The void look was perfect. Just pure darkness of Sentry in his mind. Yelena is becoming my favorite Black Widow, low key. I think Marvel Comics might have to call audible because I think she's becoming more popular than Black Widow. Because usually
she's
like
White Widow, right?
Yeah, she's White Widow. So
it would be the Widow.
The Widow,
Black Widow first.
You're right. The White Widow. So I think you're gonna see more of her in Marvel Comics because she's becoming a super popular character. And Florence Pugh did an excellent job. Florence Pugh killed this role, killed everything about the film. What else? And we're building up to Secret Wars. We're here. So
Doomsday first.
Is it Doomsday first, then Secret, or Secret Wars first?
It's Doomsday first, then Secret Wars.
All right. So, yes, Fantastic Four pulled up in their universe at the post-credit scene. It was a year after the events of Sentry and niggas. So, I thought it was a very good film. I love the action scenes. I love the characters. Red Guardian was hilarious. My only negative with it, and my final score will be an 8. I'll give it an 8.5. Is that Taskmaster was a pointless ass character. Taskmaster was the one with the skull mask, and got their head blown off in the beginning.
I wouldn't say pointless.
Pointless. Taskmaster was pointless. From Black Widow to now, Taskmaster was a pointless character, and that is an L on Marvel because that is a dope character.
So you say the way that they portrayed Taskmaster
Yes.
that you don't agree with?
I don't agree. It's not even that the gender bent the character. That's not my issue. The thing about is that I feel like you didn't do enough with the character. Like, this is a character that can copy all the moves of the Avengers, also is a super soldier, also can, like in the comics, have going band for band with Captain America, Spider-Man. And I feel like you just reduced it for what? Just for, like, nothing. Like this, like there were reshoots of this film. Like, Taskmaster was said to be more involved in the story, and they reshot it and just killed her off. So just like, what are we doing here? Because I feel like you could have saved that for something else. I feel like you could have kept her on the team. I just don't know. Just like, I just feel like you wasted a great character in Taskmaster.
Taskmaster was a copycat ninja and got murked. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, pretty much. That fight scene in the
If
beginning.
you could copy everything, you should have not got cooked.
Well, I can't copy someone turning invisible.
Yeah, that's why. And apparently, I watched a video on this, but each one of their targets was to their own weakness or strengths or whatever. So the Ava going, I think Ava is the one that can go invisible and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. She was good to fight against Taskmaster because it's kind of hard to imitate for Taskmaster going invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because I think Taskmaster was sent to kill U.S. agent. That was Walker. Yelena was sent to kill Ghost.
Yeah, and among other things. But
I'm gonna give my thoughts real quick on the movie. So, going to the movie, I was hearing like, "Yo, this is the best thing post Endgame or whatever." And maybe that was my fault. Maybe that was on me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but as a nigga who watches plenty of anime, I think a part of me dies a little bit seeing like very anime-ish tropes happen in live action films. And
what's the anime trope?
The Void.
Nigga was fighting the dark version himself. Like, come on, bro. Like,
well, that's the character. That's the thing. You can't stop that.
I guess, but I don't know, man. Like at this point, it's just shit I've seen before, and maybe that's just the name of the game, you know.
I feel like I'm not disagreeing with that because when you think about like it, and when you do think about it, it does look like that, but it's just like that's the character of Sentry. Because in reality, you even mentioned this many times on the pod, like what are they going to do to beat Sentry? So it's like Talk No Jutsu was the only option, but if they didn't want to do the Talk No Jutsu, you had to have Sentry beat himself. He had to conquer his. He didn't have to conquer him anymore. He had to stop his darkness.
Yeah, man.
So that means I had to fight it.
If I want to watch him fight his darkness, I watch Naruto.
I'll watch Sam.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is fucking hilarious, bro.
You said Sam?
That is fucking hilarious, bro.
Sam fighting his demons over there.
Sam don't,
he over there thinking Big Monster go boom, Big Monster go boom.
I mean, you did watch Red Guardian get thrown out the window. Nigga, Sentry was folding them niggas, bro. And then turning niggas into street art. So
yeah, I mean, it's just a shame because I feel like Sentry is probably not going to be a part of the MCU in the future, low key. But I don't mean if he is, we'll see, I guess.
He might not be. I think Sentry might be the character that Doom is going to kill. If I had to take a guess, because
as like a power scaling thing.
Yeah, as a power scaling thing. Like it'll be the character that Doom kills to show off like, yo, I'm that nigga. Because in the previous Secret Wars, like the second run they did, Doom killed off Thanos. So Sentry currently is the strongest character in MCU, if they bring Galactus over.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I understand, but I just feel like having a character like Sentry around, hurts. Essentially, I'm not gonna say it's the Gojo effect, but
it's like, not exactly.
Because not exactly, because there are more like powerful people, but like having a character like Sentry around.
The thing about this is the thing about Trayvon can attest to this. The thing about Sentry is truly a break glass in case of emergency type character. They don't. No matter who it could be it could be Galactus pulling up again. They not sending Sentry. Sentry is legit break glass because they understand, yo, if Sentry gets loose, there's a chance the Void could come out and then we're all screwed. So that's why it's like, hey, bro, we really don't want. That's why I essentially say I don't want to kind of fight because I don't know if I can stop the other nigga from coming out. I
He
can't
did the
stop the
dishes
Void.
though.
Yeah, he did the dishes. Hey, my man, I'm here to do the dishes, bro. I'm the stay-at-home superhero, bro.
So he just like he just got like multiple personality disorder.
Yes, he's schizophrenic. He's schizophrenic, bipolar, all that and more, all rolled into one.
He's off the meth, bro.
Yeah,
He
and he
said,
dealt with
"I'm
abuse.
meth."
And he dealt with abuse. So
I was also surprised that the mouse decided to full on go with the meth side of Century.
yeah, I didn't think that either. This was probably one of the darkest films they made recently.
Yeah.
So it like if you don't count Deadpool and Wolverine with all the gore and shit, but they did say they kind of like want to lean into like more darker heroes and darker stories. Next up is Doomsday. So they got Doomsday, Brand New Day, and Secret Wars.
Well, next up is Fantastic Four first.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fantastic Four. I didn't even. Yeah.
Speaking of Fantastic Four, I don't remember it was either Josh or Trayvon said it at the end of the movie that one of y'all theories was right.
So that was me. I think my theory is that they gonna. So the question about Fantastic Four is how do they get to our universe? And Thunderbolts did showcase that they come here. Question is how. So my theory has been they lose against Galactus, which is somehow that's probably gonna piss off Doctor Doom, and that's gonna start the Doomsday and eventually Secret Wars.
Why would that piss off Doctor Doom? I'm confused.
If my theory is Doctor Doom comes from the same universe as the Fantastic Four, so Doctor Doom is gonna be like, yo, bro, y'all lost the fucking universe. I don't trust y'all niggas. I don't trust any hero. That's the only person Doom trusts is himself, and Doom has always been about I can solve all of the issues around the world if I had the tools and resources at my disposal. He'll get the tools and resources at his disposal, become this omnipotent being, and he's gonna be like, I can fix everything now. Doom hates Reed Richards with a passion. It's just alpha pettiness.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I understand that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I mean, we'll see. I'm still here for the ride, Marvel, but I'm gonna need Fantastic Four to hit.
I think Fantastic Four will hit. I think
Thunderbolts
hit. I think Thunderbolts hit. I didn't think Thunderbolts was a trash movie. I'm just like everybody saying it's the best thing since Endgame. I'm like, I really don't think y'all really watched the movies that came out since Endgame because that bar is low.
I'm just like, is the bar that low? Is the bar that low though?
So it's only like 3-4 movies have been better. Like that's come out. That's been great since Endgame. It's been
only one is like Shang-Chi. What else came out?
Shang-Chi, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay.
I if you want to be universal great, if people would say No Way Home. Like I know Trayvon, I know, but people say No Way Home if we want to talk universally praised. Because then I thought Eternals was fire, but a lot of people didn't think Eternals was good.
I thought it was good too, but
like it's been hit and misses on the movies.
Eternals not that good. I'm so sorry.
So when you talk about
Eternals is better than Thor: Love and Thunder. That's all I gotta say.
Like, and that's the most universally trash film out of Marvel.
I also like Doctor Strange too, but
I like Doctor Strange too.
That wasn't bad.
I like I'm really disappointed the Eternals one got showed, but Eternals 2 was supposed to come, but we didn't. Blade has been in limbo, it's been in fucking hell.
Yeah, we're not seeing Blade, but
and when we got Captain America's
which was good. I thought it was good, but it wasn't like breakout like I thought. I would tell you Thunderbolts I thought was better than Captain America.
Also Josh, you remember when we were having that discussion about Captain America 4 and you're like, yo, they're gonna talk about, it's gonna be a big plot in the next movie?
Yeah,
they brought it up for 2 seconds.
Also, I gotta apologize to Trayvon. After watching the Thunderbolts and seeing 5 super soldiers fight, bro, I agree with Trayvon. Sam Wilson should have took that fucking serum, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, Sam Wilson like that beginning fight scene. I said, yeah, Sam, you should have took the serum, bro. Like the way they fight, I was like, damn, this shit actually look cool, bro. Versus the nigga just doing a kick up with a shield.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't know that nigga could jump that high because Steve Rogers never did.
He's a super soldier.
That nigga had bunnies, bro. That nigga.
They all super soldier minus Ghost. If you think about it, they all super soldiers.
You do remember in Infinity War when he was going stride for stride with Black Panther.
Yeah.
You
he
do
was going
remember
shot for shot, yeah.
that?
Black Panther is to degree a super soldier level being, but he's
Okay,
not super soldier.
having the JV Captain America say on your left, hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
That was hilarious. So another thing, the comedy and some of the comedy segments in this was actually pretty good. It didn't feel forced.
It
but
was
very
a
funny.
funny movie. It was a funny movie. I think
Like,
it was
Red
better.
Guardian was
comedy.
hilarious to me.
I think it was better comedy than Thor: Love and Thunder. I feel like.
Thor: Love and Thunder was a Disney movie, bro. Come on.
That wasn't even a
Yeah,
Disney
so was
movie, bro.
this.
That was I don't know what that was, bro.
That shit was garbage.
Hey, I'm just saying. I feel like this movie was very funny. I will say that.
I do want to.
So, that's what I will
go
say.
back to Sinners real quick. I thought it was funny as well. I just
It
wanna
was
say-
Sinners? Really?
Yeah. I thought some parts
yeah.
of it were
Hey,
hilarious.
cornbread.
Cornbread was
That nigga
hilarious.
cornbread.
Yo, why they roast the cornbread in front of his wife, bro?
That was crazy.
He was like, "Yeah, she might let
His
you
wife,
put that thing
his
in her
wife
mouth."
said,
I
"How much?
Damn,
How much you paying?"
damn,
His wife
yo.
said, "How much you paying?" Hold on now.
Yeah, he ain't get that money.
His
I got
wife
good
was
news and
thorough,
bad
though,
news
that-
for
that
you.
she,
They gonna
she
go to
said-
cornbread white. Like, I got good news and bad news for you. Good news is here's the money. Bad news is you ain't seeing cornbread again.
I'm not gonna lie though, his wife was thorough though, cause she, nigga, fuck all disrespect, get that bread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said, "How much they paying?" And then also the drunk, the older drunk guy. I thought it was really
Oh,
funny.
Slim. Yeah, he was hilarious too. When he tasted the onion and shit, he started spazzing.
Also,
the garlic. Yeah.
Oh, the garlic. Excuse me.
I just thought about this. Maybe there's something there about all of them accepting more money for this one night, and then it wound up costing them their life.
Ooh, greed.
Ooh, greed. Yeah, good one.
I'm still workshopping that one, but I
Nah,
just
it
thought
could
about
Oh,
it
you
could
know
be
what?
there. It could be there because
Speaking-
then Slim mentioned it.
Trayvon got
They-
a point. I saw a
Yeah.
TikTok the other day.
Well, I was about to say, didn't Slim mention something like that in the beginning where he was like, "Are y'all gonna be around here the next day, the next day, the next day, and like this place?" And eventually he does accept it because they offered him some good beer and shit, right?
it. Yeah.
So it's like it hit that taste. Oh my god, that's a good theory because then you gotta go deeper into like the opportunity of having freedom of
Yeah.
being like doing something like for your own instead of doing something for somebody else. Oh, that's a good one, Trayvon.
I just thought about it though.
Let me see if I can
Somebody in
find
the
this
comments make a
TikTok.
TikTok about it. Get famous, please.
I'm about to say we had an hour 30 now, so like I was thinking like you could just send us DM the TikTok, Sam. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
For Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. I mean, I give it like a 8, I guess 7.5.
I was going 8.5, but I'm like an 8.
Like it was, I don't know, it was 7. I feel like 7.5 ish. Like it was cool. I'm happy. I saw that with Washington Clippers play. I'll say that for sure. But like other than that, it was cool. You know, it just I feel like this one was also getting a little overhyped as well. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see it. Like it's supposed to be really good. And Josh, it's getting harder and harder to pay you $16 for tickets, man. That's all I'm saying. It's getting harder and harder.
You don't have to go.
No, I'm just saying it's getting harder and harder. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. Inflation going crazy.
I ain't even talking about inflation. I'm talking about the quality of these movies, nigga.
Well, it's going to get harder because there's a lot of movies coming out in the summer. So I gotta save up my point, bro.
Nigga, I'm saying it's harder because of the quality of these movies.
I don't care about the quality of your movies, bro. I'm talking about the quality.
Yeah, you like Pit Slop.
You're right, bro. I'm on my hero fan over here, bro.
Got you, big Pit Slop. I give it like a 7.5 though. That's how I feel about it, I guess.
All right, bro. Yeah, that about do it from Afro Anime. It's been your boy
Oh,
RT.
no, sorry.
Damn,
Okay.
One thing was, so you said, I just want to make sure. So you were saying that the Fantastic Four you think came from another universe,
Yeah, I know for a fact they came from another universe because it's set in a different universe.
and then they lost to Galactus and then came to ours.
Yes, that is my working theory.
So you think they didn't win at the end of their movie?
I don't think they win. I mean, they could have, but like something had to happen to make them come over here. So what will make somebody leave their universe? Because Reed Richards is the top 3 smartest character in Marvel. So for him, he's known to mess with the multiverse and go build a multiversal bridge. So my theory is that they just can't beat Galactus for whatever. He's just too powerful.
We also don't know who's inside the ship. If there's something following the ship, we don't know all that context yet.
We
So
don't know the
theory
context,
is-
but we just assume it's the Fantastic Four because we saw the logo of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, but I'm just saying beyond just that ship, we don't know what's inside the ship, what's coming after the ship. what's going to be what the ship means in terms of consequences for the rest of the universes of the multiverse?
Well, they do know that because they did say that some major space threat is coming. And
course.
now that, and the computer did tell them like an interdimensional portal was open or interdimensional object was coming. So that tells us like, yo, okay, they're getting ready for shit to hit the fan. Shit is about to meet the fan.
Fair.
Shit's about to meet the fan.
But we just don't know what yet. So
Yeah.
I think the speculation is fine, but it is just a theory. So just for context.
I mean, there's a lot of theories going around when it comes to even post Secret Wars. A lot the X-Men are on their way.
Yep.
Kevin, what's the new name? Feige. Thank you. They say he's got a team. He's working on a 10-year plan for the mutants. So it's a lot. Like it's going to be mutants next phase. After Secret Wars, it's going to be mutants.
Which makes me think that at the end of this phase, they're going to just wipe out the entire universe. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
X-Men.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like that's usually the point of Secret Wars. After Secret Wars, it's usually just one giant one giant Marvel verse of just like all the heroes on one universe. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, and we just press the restart button, which is fine with me. Maybe.
I mean, this phase has not gone. The multiverse phase has not gone the way they wanted. So yeah, they have no choice but to press the restart button.
It's true.
I'm like, there's been a lot of hits and misses. He's even admitted to it. They decided like we're going to probably just do 3 movies a year. That's it.
Yeah, not too many TV shows, please, because I'm not watching Echo. Moon Knight was cool. I did watch Moon Knight.
He talked about that where it felt like they made the shows feel like it became homework to follow it for the movies, and they say we're just going to separate the shows from the movies. So if we do the shows, it's not going to have anything to do with the movies. At best, we'll just make a quick name drop of something happening in the movie and just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me more short stories, please.
Like, because Daredevil Born Again is fire to me, so
I might watch it. I might. Hey, next episode, whenever we record, because I know it's been a while for this one and the last one, but next episode, we'll be back on the anime stuff. Don't you?
Yeah, we will be back talking about anime. Is anybody watching anything?
And
like
some last. I'm watching Apothecary Diaries right now.
Apothecary Diaries. I gotta catch up on season 2. I'm on.
And I'm gonna watch Moonrise as well. So
Moonrise. Actually, that might be the pod anime right now. So we all might want to start Moonrise.
Watching it. But Last of Us we'll talk about as well. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
actually, before we go, does anyone want to share their thoughts after episode 2?
Let's save it.
Let's save it.
All
right.
We gotta talk about one episode after episode 4, and that'd be like
episode 4 is the night, I believe.
Episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So next week, that'd be like a mid-season finale.
Yeah, hopefully this comes out in a timely manner.
Oh, then so wait, how many episodes are they doing for season 2? It's not 8. Oh, so they're taking a break afterwards, and then they're gonna come back for the second half. Okay. Damn, interesting.
Wait, what?
What? They're gonna come out with 8,
break?
and then they're gonna take a break for season 3.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was talking about. Like what Sam was mentioning is that they're doing tonight, and then it's gonna be a break, and they're gonna come back.
No, I was just saying like a mid-season finale as like watch episode 4 because it's gonna probably be 8 episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're not doing that. I don't think they're
actually
doing that. I think they're just going to drop the 8.
Yeah. I'm saying we review the first half and the second half, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah. I understood what you're saying, Sam. I don't know what's up with Josh.
No, I just lost. Like I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
You're right. Y'all stick together. Y'all gonna do that thing together too?
No.
Let's not do this.
Anyway, I'm also watching One Piece right now. One Piece is One Piece,
Peak, man.
Josh,
All right, that's the time for the show. All right.
I'm watching Lazarus. This dub is killing me though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't like the dub?
No, bro, it's not cool. And the sub is a week delay, so like I'm not gonna wait a week.
I don't feel like
it's a week delay. Doesn't it come on HBO Max or Adult
Swim? But like that's just a dub. The week delay is a week delay. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, all right.
For the sub,
I just watch the English dub, even though I'm not usually a dub person. I just watch.
I'll watch some dub if it's good.
But it's been fun so far.
It is.
It's definitely a love letter. It's definitely a love letter to Bebop.
But yeah, I'm watching that, and then I gotta get back on watching Shangri-La.
Frontier.
Yeah, Frontier. It's fine. I'm on episode like 5, but I've been on episode 5 for like 2 or 3 weeks now.
I'm gonna put that on my watch list too because I heard good things.
It's on my watch list. There's a lot on my watch list. I finished the Devil May Cry anime.
I need to watch that.
I don't see what everybody's talking about personally when it comes to the anime, because I know a lot of purists hate that shit, bro. They hate the Devil May Cry anime. I thought it was good. It is like the day after it dropped, it got announced for season 2, so there's that. So it definitely did numbers for Netflix. So, Apocalyptic Diaries I am watching. I think I'm almost done season 1 of Haikyuu. I gotta see where I'm at on it.
Get to it, bro.
And
yeah, get on that, brother.
What else am I watching? Fuck, I gotta check my list, bro. My list is crazy. I think I've been doing more reading than I've been watching.
It's okay. It's all good, brother. It's all good. Hey, wrap it up, man. I'm trying
You
to eat
watching
some
anything,
dinner.
Sam?
I've been watching like live action shows like Reacher.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that too.
Yeah, I finished it in like 2 weeks, so I just finished Reacher, and now I'm about to get back. I've been like I said, I heard good things about Shangri-La Frontier, but I don't know how I feel about a nigga with a bird head. So
Bro, you
that's
watch
fair.
Naruto. Shut up.
That's also fair.
you watch One Piece, nigga. Shut up.
It's also fair.
You watch a nigga play with bugs. Come on now. Like,
Oh well.
What bugs?
Okay.
what's the nigga in Naruto?
Shino,
Oh,
Whatever the nigga name. Shino, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I also
watch the
gotta
same
finish.
show.
one of your favorite characters?
That's
We
not
don't
my
talk about
favorite
that
character.
anymore.
I'm talking about Mo.
Also, has anybody started watching Fire Force?
Yes.
I did watch the
Yeah,
first
I have.
episode,
I have.
and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had to turn it off because the fan service in the first like 15 minutes was getting the fuck on my nerves.
Fire
Bro,
Force fan
Shorty got
service.
punched, her clothes came off. I said, how the fuck did this happen?
The crazy part is you acting like you shocked when you've already watched season 1 and
Well,
season
the
2.
issue was also I was watching it at work, and I was not expecting that to happen.
Never watch Fire Force at work, bro.
And I
Have
said,
you
"No,
not
I
learned?
can't watch
How do you
this."
not? No, you just
Because
dumb
I
as
was like,
shit.
maybe
You
it's
just dumb as
gotten
shit.
better. Maybe it's gotten better. And
No,
it did
you
not
dumb
get
as shit
better.
for that, bro. You legit dumb as shit for that.
Bro.
Yeah, I said,
Horny
oh.
people will always be horny. You gotta believe them when they tell
Like,
you
bro,
who they
who
are.
watches? There's not one person on that watch Fire Force.
Because some episodes are not like that.
When it's Fire Force, you never know. You just got.
I know. I found out very quickly.
Like, I watch Fire Force at home and strictly at home.
Well, I found out, and I said, "Oh, this shit's going on. I'm watching Reacher."
Never watch. Yeah, real shit. Don't watch certain anime if you
Bro,
really
like
don't
Blue
know.
Eyed Samurai. I didn't know that shit had nudity in it, and I was watching that shit at work one time.
It did say nudity, like in the top left corner. when
Bro,
they gave you
but
a
sometimes
rating.
they say that, and it doesn't happen. And then it happened. I said, "Oh shit!" I said,
No, it doesn't. It's not your. It's not your bar of nudity. It happens. It's just not your bar of nudity.
Well,
Say, read-
no, they actually
read
showed
it, read
titties, and I was like, "Okay, I can't watch this at work."
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't know if I would
All
ever
right.
watch that at work anyway.
Yeah, I
Blue
don't
Eyed
watch
Samurai?
certain.
Yeah.
I'm not watching certain shit at work, bro. I'm not really watching any show at work because I gotta like get back to work, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna be too locked in on the show to get back to it. So I just listen to music and just chill.
Agree.
It's my lunch break, bro. My lunch break. I need time to cool off. I'll be stressed.
Just need some blood, some gore.
Exactly. I see niggas die.
Big monster
helps me
go
out.
boom. Yo,
Big monster go boom during lunch. I'm ready to go for the second
yeah,
half of
go.
the day.
That's
I need you to go to a therapist, Sam. I need you to go to a
What?
therapist.
I'm ready
All
for
right.
the fourth quarter.
So, well, at least you're ready, unlike James Harden. So,
All right, man. I've had enough of you.
Yo, Nuggets in 7.
hey, Superman, Batman, Terminator, it don't matter. Joker in 7. Your MVP. He was your MVP. Your man. I heard he dropped 30 on you. Imagine getting flown out by a bald man to see the Denver, Colorado, to see your team get with 30 put on them.
Yeah,
Bro.
you got flown in by the the non-evil Jeff Bezos.
They were supposed to do the wall,
I
bro.
just saw a note. It says solo leveling producer says he'd like to wait until 2028 for season 3 prospects, but says it's more up to A1 Pictures.
I doubt they're waiting until 2028, bro. I doubt that shit.
Yeah,
That shit might
2028
be,
sounds insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
that
would
shit coming
destroy
out
the
next
anime.
year, bro. A1 understand that shit dropping next year. They got strike while our fire's hot, bro. What I was about to say. Okay. All right, yeah, let's close it out. It's been your boy RT Josh, Sam Savage, Trey, aka Joker for MVP, and Mo. If you fuck with us, please go check out these other shows such as Show Go High, Chaotic Culture, Inside the Mind of Blurred, C for Table Talk, Big League Nerdy, Triverse Podcast, and Couch Stealers. Also, be sure to follow Afro Anime on its socials on Instagram at Afro Anime Pod and on Twitter at Afro Anime Pod. Also, please check us out on all of your various listening platforms. And if you like gaming, such as me, I said such as me, but if you like gaming, check me out on Kick, Stream, and Twitch. Kick, Twitch, and YouTube at RTJosh124. I'll be streaming Marvel Rivals, Tekken, and possibly be doing some crash outs because I can't win. But that would about do it for Afro Anime Pod. Make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button to help us get to 200 subscribers. It's been your boy RT Josh, Sam Savage, Mo, and Trey, aka Joker for MVP, and we are out of here.